What on earth has the moon got to do with money? The word money comes from the Latin word moneta, which was the name given to the temple of Juno Moneta in Rome, where they had a mint for coining money. In Roman mythology, Juno was the wife of Jupiter, and as such was considered the queen of the gods. The moon represents the feminine aspect of consciousness, along with our emotional needs, while the sun is masculine and represents our physical wants. Throughout most of history, gold and silver have been used as a method of storing wealth. Their scarcity and resistance to corrosion made them ideal as a means of transferring that wealth. And because gold was rare, common low-value coins were made from silver. And as gold was synonymous with the sun, silver was synonymous with the moon. It is essentially moony. The word sterling means 92.5% pure silver, and a pound sterling is a pound in weight of that silver purity. The dollar also refers to an amount of gold or silver. All these variations of money are derived from the silver moon, which in the ancient world was known as sin. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. In astrology, the moon rules the fourth house of Cancer. The motto for this house is I need. It is the house of emotional and subconscious needs. This is where we gain a sense of security. The fifth house is the house of the will, how the focal conscious mind engages with the world of pleasure and creativity, ruled by the sun. This is more in line with a person's wants, as opposed to their needs reflected in the fourth house of Cancer. They say the universe provides us with what we need in life, but not necessarily what we want. Therefore, most people get by in life with a steady trickle of silver money, which they need, as opposed to an abundance of gold, which most people want. The original United States Constitution defines what real and honest money should be. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque and reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. The zodiac and astrology is the oldest living language known to man, which is still in use today, almost identical to its ancient format, expressing holistic universal wisdom within its symbols, signs, glyphs and form. The level of profound knowledge which can be gained from its comprehension is staggering. Devised initially by minds vastly superior in awareness to those of the majority among us today. It is the language of the gods, and with this extra dimension of wisdom offers the potential of aiding humanity on its quest towards peace, stability, and prosperity and harmony with nature. If gold and silver have been used for thousands of years as honest money, then the opposite of this would be dishonest money. Opposing Cancer, the fourth house ruled by the silver moon is Capricorn. This is the house of career. Its motto is I use, ruled by Saturn. This is essentially the house of usury, a form of dishonest tender created with compounding interest added which ultimately enslaves any nation or people who allows themselves to fall under its parasitic influence. As Judaism is synonymous with the planet Saturn, it is of no surprise to see representatives of this faith in control of modern mechanisms of usury. To deviate away from divine synchronicity expressed within the zodiac will erode those righteous bonds which hold society together, ultimately leading to the decline and death of a nation. He who controls the money supply of a nation controls the nation. James Garfield. If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their currency, first by inflation, then by deflation, the banks will deprive the people of all property, until their children wake up homeless on the continent their fathers conquered. The issuing power should be taken from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs. Thomas Jefferson. I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies. Thomas Jefferson. History records that the money changers have used every form of abuse, intrigue, deceit, and violent means possible to maintain their control over governments by controlling money and its issuance. James Madison. The government should create, issue and circulate all the currency and credit needed to satisfy the spending power of the government and the buying power of consumers. By the adoption of these principles, the taxpayer will save immense sums of interest. Money will cease to be master and become the servant of humanity. Abraham Lincoln. When a government is dependent upon bankers for money, they and not the lenders of the government control the situation, since the hand that gives is above the hand that takes. Money has no motherland. Financiers are without patriotism and without decency. Their sole object is gain. Napoleon Bonaparte. It is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and money system, for if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning. Henry Ford.